But the worst is someone telling you I love you, but their actions prove otherwise. And a lot of men have been hurt by women who've just used the I love you card to get something out of it. Something that wasn't of love. And that causes trauma. And sometimes forever trauma if the man doesn't confront this or get help with it. Especially for men who don't know how to communicate their hurt or their pain or their trauma. So when these type of damaged men hear I love you from some women, it gives them flashbacks of that hurt. Almost like PTSD of the woman they thought loved them, but really didn't. What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, Sealz the Man. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching my videos, and let's get to the topic. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the signs of a man that does not know how to accept love. You're going to come across a lot of men who either aren't susceptible to love or used to it. In fact, I struggle with it and still learning how to deal with it, how to learn from it, how to be of it because of the experiences I've had in my life. But I'm willing to get better with it. Learning how to detect genuine and authentic love from fake love. Learning how to accept affection from someone who believes you deserve it. And just learning how to live in its essence. Men go through these things more than you know. So in this video, I'll address that. I'll be telling you signs that a man is love desolate. But before I start, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that red box below this video box. It says subscribe. If you like my content, if you want to be privy to my future videos, my videos I have now, my past videos, if you like what I talk about, do it. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about my message today. Let's have positivity roaming all throughout this message, all right? So let's get to it. Number one, a man that is disrespectful to women is definitely love desolate. I don't care what anyone says. There is no way you can say you love women and disrespect women at the same time. There is no way you can say you respect women and beat women at the same time. And all men who have this mentality, I'm gonna bring up two issues with it. One, you truly don't understand what love is if you believe these things, or if you live this certain lifestyle. And two, there is no such thing as selective love. You can't say you respect your mama, but you're beating your wife. What kind of backwards mess is that? You either love and respect, or you don't. There is no such thing as halfway loving. And that is a common theme when it comes to these type of men. If you feel like you have to express your love in aggression, or hurt, or mental and physical abuse, then you got love all twisted. And the root to most of these men, these mentalities, these actions is from their childhood, from their upbringing. A lot of these men were abused mentally and physically, and a lot of them were abused mentally and physically from their mother, and a lot of them are putting their frustrations on women in their lives now. You see, one thing with Sealz the Man is that I feel like there is a reason for everything. There is a root to every tree. There is a beginning to every end. And that's why I don't try to judge people, right? And even though it's very hard not to judge a lot of people, but I try my best not to judge people because there is always a root cause to every issue. And until we as a society attack and confront their root cause, the same things are gonna happen, continue to happen. But what I see is society judge people instead of get to the root cause. We got it backwards. And until we address the root cause, this continuation, this cycle of the same things is going to continue to happen. So disrespecting women is a sign that a man does not know how to love, that he is love desolate, and that he needs help. The second sign that a man is love desolate, that he does not know how to accept love, is what I call touch love. So touch love is a physical expression of love. You know, a pat on the back, a hug, kiss on the forehead, head rub, those type of things that doesn't need to come from a loved one or your wife or a girlfriend. This could come from anyone, your mother, your mentor, your teacher. It's just an expression through physical touch. And more than you know, a lot of men struggle with this. And I know this because I was one. And I'll talk about one situation that leads to this. A lot of men are forced to be man of the house at young ages. Whether it's because their father is absent, so their father not being home because of crazy work hours or situations, their mother's working multiple jobs, single parent households. In a lot of these situations, there's a lack of parenthood, of a relationship with your parents. So in these situations, there is a lack of touch love, as I put it. Physical affection. If you're put as a man of a household, if you're put as a leader at an early age without even living your childhood, then there is more of a possibility that you're not accepting touch love, physical affection, because there are too many other things to do. There's other things that needs to be done You are the head of the household now. But as a kid, missing out on that important part of a child's childhood can have a detrimental effect on that man's life forever. Because now he thinks life has been business, or life is supposed to be about business all his life. He never lived a child's childhood. And an important part of a child's upbringing is physical touch. Pat on the back, you're doing a good job. Hugs, kisses on the forehead, touch love. And it's crazy because I can speak on this from personal experience. Most of the hugs I received as a young man were from strangers. Not saying that I didn't receive hugs from my family or my loved ones, but the majority of them were from outside of my house. But the most important love and the expressions of love and touch love that you can get are from the ones inside of your household. There's nothing more important than that. From home, the most important expressions of touch love are the ones who are important to you directly. So if you're with a man, if you're in a relationship with a man who cringes at touch or seems uncomfortable with touch or giving it back to you when you give it to them, or doesn't really know how to react when he's touched or receives your touch love, don't take it personally, because most likely it's not your fault, as his upbringing may be the reason for this. Now, what did I say? We have to realize the root cause of certain things. Why are you like this? Why are you acting this way? Why are you reacting to my touch love this way? Don't take it personally, because when you take it personally, you push yourself further away from the truth, further away from solving this. You want to solve this. You're in a relationship together. So when you solve this, your relationship will be better for it. But as long as you judge or you blame yourself or you make it about yourself and not get into the root cause, you will continue to have these problems. Y'all need to have a conversation. Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Why do you, I realize you're a certain way when I touch you or when I hug you. Like, what's going on? Talk to me about it. Until you do that, you're going to continue to see these things. And he's going to continue to struggle with love and receiving it, and therefore not being able to express it back to you, reciprocate it. So be there for him in that moment, because I know. The third reason I want to bring up a sign that he may be love desolate or struggling with love or how to receive it is what I call the I love you horror. This may sound dramatic, but you know how I am. I gotta make my titles real dramatic. But I'm so serious on this. That line, I love you, can strike fear in many men. And this is why. Some men find being told I love you scary for plenty of reasons. One reason is that some men feel like they have not done enough to warrant that line from you, especially if they care about you and love you. Now let me explain. Like me, some men are reward-driven men. I'll bust my tail to get the job done, to get the mission done. But I do not want that reward until that job is done. I don't want that reward until the mission is completed. So men who are reward driven do not think they deserve your love until it is earned on their part. This is probably a new one for you, but that's why I'm here, to expose you to understanding the mind of men. Because love is the ultimate goal in a relationship, right? That is the ultimate reward. But in the dating process, in the beginning of relationships, even sometimes in the middle of relationships, some men feel like they have not done enough to get that reward yet. So if you tell a reward-driven man, I love you, and he feels like he hasn't earned that yet, that can make him feel uncomfortable. But this is not a bad thing. He just wants to earn your love. This is a sign of a good man, and a man who's trying. Another type of man who finds this line, I love you, scary, is the man who was told I love you by a woman who hurt him in the past. The term I love you is thrown around so much that it's lost its validity. It's lost its special touch to some people, especially some men. It's lost its truth. People will tell you I love you just to get something out of you. People will tell you I love you just to say it because it's something to say and they don't know what to say. But the worst is someone telling you I love you, but their actions prove otherwise. And a lot of men have been hurt by women who've just that. Use the I love you card to get something out of it. Something that wasn't of love. And that causes trauma. And sometimes forever trauma if the man doesn't confront this or get help with it. Especially for men who don't know how to communicate their hurt or their pain or their trauma. So when these type of damaged men hear I love you from some women, it gives them flashbacks of that hurt. Almost like PTSD. Of the woman they thought loved them, but really didn't. Because when you think about it, I love you is one of the most powerful sayings in sayings and in words, period. To say I love you is to mean I will do anything for you. I will sacrifice for you. I will give my all for you. Man, it's so crazy to think how everything starts at the root and grows through the root and because of the root, right? Rotten roots can create rotten trees, and a rotten apple can create a whole bunch of rotten apples. And that's why I always emphasize on diverting your attention to the root problem, the root cause, because if the roots are rotten, then everything else will be rotten from it. If your man's roots from his childhood and upbringing is rotten, then the rest of his life will be rotten, unless that root is dealt with. If a man is rotten, then your relationship is going to be rotten as well, because that root hasn't been dealt with. So in conclusion, I just want to say, make sure we try not to judge people. Yes, things happen, and sometimes it's very hard to not judge people, but that is not our place. Our place is to help our loved ones. In order to help our loved ones, we need to figure out the root cause. All right. So thank you for watching my video. Hopefully this video helps, and I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video. Take care, peace and blessings. Have a good day.